So this is my 10-year-old laptop, and like any other 10-year-old laptop, it's really slow. It doesn't support Windows 11. It doesn't support the newer games. So today we're gonna try to turn that same laptop into a home console where you can easily just hop on, play some games, play like Nintendo 64 or GameCube or PS1. Hopefully gonna be pretty simple. So in the laptop we can find a really slow 4 GB of DDR3 RAM and an old AMD processor and a really crappy hard drive. And honestly, this can play some retro games, some emulation, but it's gonna be pretty bad. You're gonna be limited to PS1, Nintendo 64, anything lower. So you're not gonna be able to play like even PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 or PlayStation whatever. So what I'm looking from the final result is a console where you can just turn it on, get the control and play the game. No tweaking around with the keyboard or mouse, clicking stuff like I did in my TV setup. That was really bad. I want a really nice experience. So when you're done, it's just control and play the game. That's all. You only needed the controller. So I started searching for an OS that will fit that description. I think there are a couple of options, but I settled down on Batocera. I used that OS before and it's pretty simple. You just install it on a USB drive like a Windows USB stick or something else. Get it in there and install it, and that's it. Let's talk about the things that you're gonna need to set everything up. You're gonna need a USB drive, you're gonna need a PC or laptop where you wanna install Batocera on, and on a separate PC. You can also do it on the same PC if it has Windows on it.
So you might be wondering, why am I thinking about the PC? That's because I don't have a USB drive, so I'll try to fix that.
So because I don't have a USB stick, I will use the hard drive that's in the laptop. So that's why I will just take it apart, get the hard drive, plug it into my PC, and then install Batocera on the PC, and then hopefully everything will work. So I guess we'll find that out. There we go. This is a really bad hard drive. That's 160 gigabytes. That should be enough space for the games, but the hard drive isn't really good for running an emulator. Oh I almost lost my screw. And as you can see here, we have a little bit of RAM. This is 4 gigabytes of RAM. We can add more, but the RAM is, even laptop RAM now is pretty expensive, so I don't know about that. Maybe in the future. So here we go, get the laptop out, just slides out, and now I'm gonna plug this into my PC, format it, and then install Batocera on it. Okay, let's just take off the back panel and unplug one of my hard drives. Okay, so we have this too. Now I'll just connect the hard drive in like this and the SATA cable. Now hopefully that's good. I'll just put it like this, I guess. Now let's turn on the PC and start installing.
So here we are, our hard drive is successfully connected. Here you need to install Batocera Linux, that you need to install, as well as Etcher. And what that does is basically makes your hard drive bootable or USB drive, but this is what we're going to use to install Batocera on your USB drive. I already have it installed, so we'll just open that up. So here we are. Here you just gotta find the Batocera drive, find Batocera where you installed it and just get it in here. Then select your drive. It should be your main drive, not your main, the one where you want to install it to. Select, and now click flash. I'm sure it can ask you that. Just click yes here, and now you just gotta wait. When this was installing, I was wondering if this will even work, if the PC will even recognize the hard drive. Hopefully it will.
So as you can see, it's done. So now I will turn this thing off and just put everything back like it was.
And then exactly that happened. It didn't recognize the hard drive, so I had to find a USB drive. 2 days later I managed to get some USB drives and I started installing everything back.
So the hard drive did not respond, you couldn't find it, so I had to find some USB drives. So I found these. Some of them honestly didn't work. For some that did, there were only like 2 that did work. I installed it on one of them. So here we are back. Now we have a USB drive instead of a hard drive. I probably should think of this sooner, so let's plug this thing in, turn it on, spam this until we get the boot screen, and why is it not?
And here I realized, and it's still not working. I don't know what to do now. The answer was just restart, select the different USB port and turn it on again, and now it works.
Oh, okay. Okay, and we are loading in, and here we are. It is loud. Okay, so here you can select all of your games. You got a lot of games. First, I just want to install this thing to my hard drive in the PC. So I kind of forgot where this was. I think it was right here, or maybe not. System settings, install to a new disk right here. We select.
And I don't know what happened here, but I was actually running on the hard drive already, and I don't know if the hard drive just decided to work now, and that's why I was struggling to install it. It's kind of weird, you just have to install it on your own.
Now to set up games, you get a game that you want to install and you get in USB drive. You just put it onto the USB drive, but the games you have to find yourself. I cannot provide the link for them. And then when you have your games, you can just plug them into the USB drive, plug them into the PC, and then just drag them into the folder, and that's all you need. And after that, you just go back, reset the game list, and you're done. You have your games. You can now play them. Yeah, you can now play them.
So quick tutorial, you just click F1, get into the BIOS or get into the files, and then just select your game and drag it into the game folder where you have your game, like for NES, for PlayStation 3, whatever. And that's pretty much it. And if you want a better tutorial like mine was pretty bad, just go into the description. I have some tutorials, some good tutorials that I watched, so yeah, go there.
So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, watch the video that's on my face, and yeah, watch this video. Yeah, just watch the